Today we'll cover two P's because they're interrelated: proficiencies and position. Before we begin, let me be clear what we're talking about here. Everyone has something they're good at, they're proficient at it, and they also have a position. Even if you don't have a business title, you can still be good at things and have different positions. What we're referring to by proficiency is skills, talents, and abilities. In what areas do you have expertise? What do you do better than others do it? In what areas do you have the experience to authoritatively talk to other people? You have at least one or two areas. Most likely you have a lot more than that. Competencies can be in a variety of areas. Here's a list that isn't comprehensive, but will help you think through some of the possibilities for the things you're proficient at. Could be technical competencies, including craftsmanship, engineering, designing, building, repairing. Process competencies include organizing, implementing, budgeting, solving problems, creating systems. Creative competencies include decorating, writing, speaking, generating ideas, storytelling, cooking. Relational competencies include empathizing, listening, coaching, counseling, serving, motivating others, mentoring, and communicating. Typically, these strengths or proficiencies come naturally to you, so you may not even think that they're special. A lack of awareness or confidence may prevent you from fully utilizing your skills. Be careful that you don't diminish your abilities. Instead, learn to use them for the benefit of others in order to fulfill God's purpose in your life. Nehemiah was a great example of organizing the people to use their skill sets in order to accomplish amazing things in a short period of time. In addition, as a believer, you have one or more spiritual gifts that further enhance your skills and equip you supernaturally to accomplish God's will. Spiritual gifts are actually such a significant topic we'll spend next week covering them. In the meantime, write down in your Purpose Discovery Worksheet 3 things that you really do well and enjoy doing. I also encourage you to ask a few friends to tell you 3 things they think you do very well. Combine their list and compare them with yours. What recurring skills do you see? What have you done really well and been successful at? In addition, after you study spiritual gifts next week, cross-referencing your spiritual gifts with these notes you take today will really help you a lot. Where do you see overlap? Now, connected to the proficiencies section is the position section. Whether it's your job, geographic location you're in, your status, you have a unique position that God has designed to help you fulfill His purpose in and through you. Perhaps you're an excellent networker and connect the needs of people with other folks who are equipped to meet those needs. Maybe you're in a financial position to meet the needs God puts in your view. It's very important to realize that you do not have to be rich or well-connected to have a position. It is possible that your position as a mother of young children opens the door for you to encourage other mothers. As a school janitor, perhaps you might see children who are struggling when no one else is looking. As an employee at a call center, you talk to hundreds of people with whom you would never connect otherwise. A great biblical example of this is in Genesis, where God placed Joseph in a variety of positions as He equipped him to prepare Egypt and Israel for an upcoming severe famine. Joseph was sold into slavery by his own jealous brothers who hated him for being their father's favorite son. In Egypt, he eventually worked his way up and served Potiphar, the captain of the guard. However, Potiphar's wife lied about Joseph, and he wound up unjustly in prison. His God-given gift of interpreting dreams, however, eventually brought him before Pharaoh, who had experienced dreams that no one was able to interpret. However, God gave Joseph the ability to understand Pharaoh's dreams, and thus he was promoted to be in charge of all of the palace and all of Pharaoh's holdings. Imagine what Joseph must have been thinking as his positions changed. He went from being the favorite son of his father to being a slave, then to controlling all of Potiphar's household, being put in prison unjustly, and eventually becoming second in power of all Egypt. Even though Joseph's circumstances were often difficult, they were critical in preparing him to fulfill God's purpose in his life. How about you? What positions have you held in the past? What's your current position? Your job position, your socioeconomic position, your geographic position, your connections, your financial position. Acknowledge that God has placed you in this position for a reason and ask Him to reveal His purpose for your current positions. In the position section of the Discovery Worksheet, write down any thoughts that come to mind as you listen for His response. Whew, that's a lot to cover in one day. And as I said at the beginning, although we'll cover this topic in 1 week, you may need to take much longer in the application part of it. Be intentional and take your time. There's no rush, and the results are definitely worth it.